Yep. What's up, everybody? I am Lady Alpha, and next to me is the host with the most, the man who knows it almost all. We can't give you Stampede's label here. Um, Mr. Michael Llewellyn from Kicking Out 2. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. No, I can't. I can't take the side of the encyclopedia of wrestling. I'm more like the encyclopedia that's missing like 5 or 6 chapters. Uh, Ones you had to order away back when we were kids. See, back when we were kids, folks, we didn't have Google. We had big books. You had to order them one at a time. But
Encyclopedia Britannica.
yeah, that's right. And for some reason, S, T, and U were all in one volume, and I never understood that why they couldn't get their own books. But I digress.
Yeah, I remember that. My mom had a set of those encyclopedias.
But
So
anyway, I'm glad to be here. Exciting show, so let's get into it.
Yes, very exciting show. So, Triple H opens the show, which is unusual. Usually it's another superstar and not one of the big wigs who opens the show. And he did a kick-ass intro for John Cena. Loved every second of it. And John's pop, I expected it to be huge, but I swear that roof was going to come right off.
It was a huge pop. I will say I was a little concerned because in wrestling, when people droll on accolades, it's usually to swerve you into something else. And so he was like, he's a box office star. He's always charismatic. Da da da. I'm like, is The Rock going to come out? Is that what we're doing? Because I was expecting the swerve there. Like, it's not John Cena, it's The Rock. But no, it was great intro to The Rock. I mean, obviously gave him a GOAT level introduction.
Deservingly.
Very, very much deservingly. I mean, we're down to next week is going to be his last Raw, and we're down to just I think 2 more times we're going to see him after that. So definitely an emotional tone. He came out. There we go. Thank you, sir. He came out obviously very emotional right when he hit the stage. He had to stop for a second, cover his mouth, which we've never seen from him really get that emotional about it. But I'm sure it's starting to hit him at this point of, we are that December 13th. That's the magic date. We're just a little over a month away of that's the last time we're going to see him wrestling. Obviously, we'll probably still end up seeing him doing other stuff, but definitely a great ovation for him and a huge pop.
Yeah, that was awesome. Hey, Bobby. Good to see you, buddy. And Stampede, I couldn't agree more.
I'll add that to the list of nicknames.
All right. So the last thing I expected with all this going on, I figured John was going to come out and give one of his speeches. He gives great speeches. I did not expect Dominik to come out there and interrupt and be a total tool about it.
I kind of expected it. The only thing that got me about it is, like, we already knew this match was happening.
Yeah.
But we kind of acted like we weren't supposed to know it was already happening. Because they're like, you know what? You're down here and you're running your mouth. You two fight. Weren't they doing that anyway? We already planned this.
Well, I think that was kind of a leak that it was
maybe
happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did play it like we weren't supposed to know in advance. So.
Yeah, but him coming out there like he's mad because of what happened last week. He wants redemption from that. He's not the one that gets to get interrupted. He interrupts old people in their speeches. Did a little jab. John Cena right behind him. John Cena, saying, "All right, well, you're the wrong dude on the wrong day." and all right, retire me. Like, it just, let's do this. Which then, came to a pretty good impromptu IC title match.
Yeah, yeah, it sure did. Oh my goodness. Very nice moment for John and winning the title. He never did oh, I did this too soon, didn't I? And this doesn't hurt Tom standing one bit.
Poorly.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, got ahead of us. Sorry.
That's all
Catherine.
right. No, yeah, Cena finally getting it. The match itself was fun. I think, when we look back at John Cena's retirement, people still complain about the heel turn and what that looked like. I don't think we're going to be thinking about that. 5 years from now, we're going to think about the moments like this, where we have that love letter. And in this case, it was a love letter to, like, he had some battles with Eddie, and they played off those things. We did the chair trick, and Cena giving the little wink and nod, laying there with him, and that's going to be a meme today. I'm telling you right now, people probably already putting that into the meme banks right now.
I thought
But
that was hilarious.
it was so much fun, and testament to Dom. Dom is doing the best work of his career.
Yeah.
Being, for the joke purposes, chip off the old block of Eddie, goes over, unties the turnbuckle to get the referee's attention. Now he knows he's going to be over there tying up that. All right, I'm going to go get a chair now, get in the ring. I'm going to hit you with a chair. Nope, not going to hit you with a chair. I'm going to do the old Eddie trick, hit the ground, throw it down. Cena, though, just flat backs right there, and they lay together in it. But just a fun match. Ended very, very well. It was surprising, though. Like, I honestly didn't think he was going to get it. I thought, we've played the same thing with Cena, or not with, excuse me, with Sheamus so many times. If Sheamus has had so many opportunities at that IC belt to get that Grand Slam, I was like, he doesn't need the Grand Slam. He's John Cena. It's already a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
So why would they do that? I'm perfectly fine with it, though. I see nothing bad about it. Good on him for having it. I do think it starts up a nice, fun little thing, because immediately after he wins it, he gets a tweet from The Miz who says, "Hey, great job finally getting Grand Slam. I've done it twice, and when I win this this tournament, I'm going to bring prominence back to that title." So, already kind of starting some back and forth with people that want the IC belt. Now there's more on the line with it.
To me, I gotta say this, and people are gonna laugh at me, I know, but to me, it's the perfect setup for Oba.
That would
Because
be good for Oba.
everybody's been saying that when Oba gets the call up, that he needs to get gold right away, just like Juliet. And I agree. That man needs gold. It's a perfect opportunity. Retire John Cena, capture the title, boom.
Yeah.
And that's a hell of a way to start your main roster career.
That certainly would be. It would be a hell of a way to start it.
And I can't think of a more deserving person. That man is a powerhouse. And
He
he
is.
ran NXT.
Mhm.
So, yes.
I'm a little more on the side of Trick. I think he should get the accolade first, just because he did carry NXT and, for a while, TNA on his back. Oba's great. The thing that concerns me about Oba is he hasn't done a lot of matches that show a lot of range. He's a big, powerful dude. He'll throw you around the ring. I want to see a battle. I want someone that goes toe to toe with him and puts him on the back of his heels a little bit, more so than what we saw with, like, Ricky Starks, who had to do 3 tornado DDTs to put him down. I want him to actually have a battle.
I thought that the match with him and Jasper Troy was that.
I think that's pretty good. Jasper's really green, though.
Yes, he is.
So I saw some holes in that match, but that's again, that's why I loved having these conversations with you, because you being so new to the fandom, me watching it for years, that's our different mindsets on it. You see that and you're like, that's a great match. And I'm like, but there's some holes in it. I'd like to see something different. Like I get to pick it apart where you get to
Oh,
enjoy it
we're
and I get to
ahead
see it
again.
through
Dang
your
it.
eyes for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I just my whole thing about that is, and I don't try to be disrespectful when I say this.
Mhm.
I mean, you like you said, you guys have all been watching, and I use the word jaded, and I don't mean it disrespectfully.
Oh no, it's jaded. You could
Yeah,
say that hundred times a day and you're
but
right every
when
time.
I watch it for me, it's not about the technical wrestling. I just want to be entertained. If I'm
Yeah,
entertained, it's a good match.
absolutely.
So I mean, like there was a point during one match that I was like, okay, that was a little too, you know, a little too this,
Mhm.
because when you sit there and you're going, all right, come on, come on,
Let's wrap it up.
you know, it's time to, yeah. Um, but for the most part, it's just the enjoyment for me. I don't
Yeah.
care about technicalities. I like the shock and awe factor. That's why I'm a big fan of the luchadors. Um, any flyer really. I love me some
Mhm.
Devon Evans. That boy can fly, and
So
I
I
love it.
I will say just a little bit of homework assignment for you. Go back and watch some old WCW Nitros because the first usually about 10-15 minutes was cruiserweights, and that's all it was. They would hit that hard and running every single time with like 5 or 6 cruiserweights just flying all over the place. It
Oh
was so
wow!
much fun to watch. Um, but so he gets it. The post match though, we get to see him backstage. He's shaking hands with everybody. Everybody's
Mhm.
congratulating him. We get a moment between him and Ray of, hey, thank you for doing that. My son, he needed that ass whooping. I appreciate it. Um, but then, like Cena being Cena, gave him a little bit of props of, he's a good kid. I hope that match helped. So
I I probably would love CMLL. I love AAA. So
yeah, CML,
um,
yeah, the luchadors in general are a lot of fun. It's all about what you like. If you like, see me, I like the hard hitting stuff. So I like Japan because that's all that is. It's just hard hitting stuff. Um,
thank you, Bobby.
and then yeah, we got the luchadors that do all the flying and stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of AAA. I watched Triple Mania. I loved every second of that. Um, Mr. Iguana is one of my favorites. Psycho Clown, um, and Pagano. So yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of the women luchadors, but I have no doubt that they're just as great. Anyway, back to what we're supposed to be talking about. Um, shoot.
Sorry about that.
I just thought it was funny that one more thing on that match is that one
Hmm.
of the things that stuck out to me was it wasn't even not even 5 minutes into the John Cena match, and Dom was trying to win by count
Yeah.
out. Like,
Well, and I will say that's the only thing that kind of again, it's the jaded thing that you look at it and go, Dom had championships advantage.
mhm,
So that means he could have been counted out. He could have hit John with the chair. He could have just did it flat out in front of the ref because then he gets disqualified. He keeps the belt.
right,
But
that's true.
that wouldn't have been as fun a story. So
That's true too. And I took really crappy notes, so bear with me on this one.
uh,
Um,
that's okay. If you need me to fill in any spots, I always take notes as I'm doing it too. So
yeah, I have a hard time with the words sometimes. Um, so moving on to the first tournament match,
hmm
Damian Priest and Rusev. Um, I knew the outcome of this match the minute I saw Damian come out when he's walking down and he's blinking his eye and everything. I'm like, yeah, he's lost. He's losing this. He's just
yeah, it
um
it was either going to be that or it was going to be that Black would interfere. There was no way Damien was winning this match. There's a story going with him right now. They're not going to break him off from that story to do a Cena match.
Yeah, we don't have a this would be look at this. A Texas death match.
So,
Unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that many dates left. But
Right.
I will say, Stampede, one thing I thought would have been kind of fun is one of the best matches that Cena had, in my opinion, is he had I forget what they called it. It had some silly name, but essentially it was a backstage brawl, and they had just a bunch of cars circled around him and Eddie Guerrero, and they just beat the living tar out of each other. Um, I think that'd be fun for him and Dom, and I think that would give Dom that edge of no longer just being like the dirty heel. That might give him a little bit more substantial
Right.
uh, edge to
Now,
him.
I obviously I've never seen that, so I'm gonna take your word.
You ever watch that? Half of it's probably in black and white at this point because he started bleeding early in that match.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I thought the match was good, even though I knew the outcome before it even got started. Um, I thought they were pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, it was a great match. It was very much one of those. It was hard for me to get into the match because I kind of figured who was going to end up coming out of it. And that's always to me like the hard part of like if you have an idea of who's going to win it and you're 99.9% sure, it's hard to stay in the match because of that.
Yes.
But he did good. The finish of Rusev gouging the eye, hitting the part that's weak on him to then set up for the Machka kick. It was a good way for him to do it. I mean, he's a veteran. That makes sense for him to take that, especially with him still being kind of on the heel side right now.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Stampede has a little bit of advice for us.
Yeah, I want to be careful saying that for sure. I
We've heard that a lot since they
yeah.
announced this tournament, haven't we?
Well, we got two people. We don't know who they are.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out. I'm excited.
I
I
I,
love
I
a
do think
mystery.
I do think the first one is um, it, he didn't want to say his name because he didn't want him to appear. I think that's I
Oh,
think that's what the first one was. The second one I don't know, but just the
yeah.
way he said it specifically of like I'll wait to say his name. Da, 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 da. Like that just seems kind
Oh,
of
I
like
missed that.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
I
So against LA Knight, that I don't know. I don't know how well matched they are if they aren't well matched at all. But
I it's hard for me to say because as much as I love the gimmick,
mhm.
I don't enjoy him in the ring. He's fun, he's entertaining. I don't enjoy his in-ring work.
Okay.
And
Fair enough.
so
I'm hooked on the gimmick. I just
yeah,
it just makes me
it's
laugh.
certainly it's the gimmick for me. Like I
Yeah.
enjoy the gimmick, I enjoy the turn and the camera coming in because he turned and all that. Like that's all fun. Um, I want to see more in-ring stuff with him. And not to me currently, not many people match up with LA Knight. LA Knight is a very specific type of wrestler,
Mhm.
and not many people match up with that because he's still kind of like that Attitude Era, you know, 5 moves type of character. He
Yeah.
doesn't do a lot in the ring. He does what he does and then gets out. And we really haven't even seen him at his best, I don't think, because he's still just being LA Knight.
Yeah, and Stampede agrees.
Yeah.
Knight is far better ring worker than Hendry.
But I do think
Let's
the two characters, they would be fun.
that that would be interesting.
Maxine did say in a recent interview that her and LA Knight are still technically brother and sister. And she's mad at him for not helping her out when she was getting beat down the other week. So
That's funny. Yeah, I did see clips of that interview, and I'm so green here. I'm such a noob because I actually thought it was true for a second. I'm like, "Wait a minute, they're related?" I had to Google.
Yeah.
And
That was a whole weird time. Wrestling's weird sometimes.
yeah, that struck me as odd, but, I was like, "Okay, so they're not related, really."
Yeah.
So I assume this is, something that they did. It was a gimmick or characters and
Yeah, Vince didn't like the LA Knight character, and
mhm.
so he wanted to try something different with him, and so he made him Max Dupree, which was this manager to a couple of male models, um, and that started to die out, and so then Maxine came in as his sister, and then we started seeing the LA Knight come back out of Max Dupree because it was a completely different character.
Yeah.
But so there would be moments where like he'd get mad at the tag team because they did something stupid, and he'd be like, "That's a fact of life," and walk off, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, he said the thing."
Wow. See, they still bringing up stuff that I'm not unaware of, so, I'm learning every time I watch the show, and I like it. I
It's
learn
always
every
good.
time I prep for my show, so alright. So, after that first tournament match, we find speaking of the Duprees, Maxine Dupree backstage speaking with Adam Pearce, um, and she asked for her another match with Becky.
Mhm. I like.
I'm kind of over it, but I think they're trying to give her the belt. That's what it feels like to me.
I don't know if they're going to give her the belt, and I don't know if she's necessarily ready for it. She has gotten leaps and bounds better. She's
Mhm.
so much better than she started. Um, but I do like the precedent of what she said of like you're never ready. You're never
Yeah,
going to feel ready. You
right.
just decide that you're ready, and so she decides that she's ready and asks for it. Um, I will say we did skip just a little thing here.
We did?
Um, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee were backstage.
Oh, shit.
Um, but that was more just them saying that they're ready for some competition and then having a fun little back and forth about the name, which essentially Dragon Lee had said something in his native tongue and it came out to like Dragons with Style, and Styles was like, "That's a long name. We'll keep working on that," and then left it off. But so then Maxine comes in, and yeah, she has a lot of potential. She's unique, and I think that's kind of the always a fun thing is to be different. And so like she took the worm from Otis, but she does it backwards instead of forwards. Um,
Yeah.
she does the kip up, but her kip up is very interesting because she'll kip up and then slowly like stand back up, and it's almost creepy the way she does it. And so little things like that are always kind of fun. Um, I agree, Stampede. I don't think she should be beating her yet. I'm hoping, and this is just me hoping, she's already said that she went back to go do more training. Her training on Twitter and on Instagram has always been shown that she's been training with Natty and with Tyson Kidd over in the dungeon. I'm hoping this is the transition of starting to get maybe Natty on screen, not Natalia, not the pretty girl, blonde hair, bustiers, and all that stuff. I want to see the singlet mouth guard go in there and just beat the shit out of girls. I want to see that girl come in. And this could be the way to do it. Maybe, Becky goes too far in the match next week and Natty comes out and takes care of it. But I'm hoping we see
That
something
would
like
be
that.
interesting. I'm ready for Becky to relinquish the belt.
Hmm.
She's starting to get boring to me.
Well, and I
Um,
think she's starting to rehash the old big time Bex, which nobody liked that gimmick. But like her telling Maxine, "Oh, you think you're ready for the big time? No, let's not do that again." Coming out with the wild glasses and the weird outfits. Your husband does that. We don't need you to do that too.
right. But her husband is now on leave for 8 months.
Yeah.
So,
If that's to be believed. I just want to go on record.
yeah.
He was injured the first time too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big old ruse, and it's possible this is too. But like he doesn't have the vision backing him up no more,
Yeah.
so whatever he's got cooking.
But
Um,
yeah, so Becky attacks her though and lays her out, and we'll
I
see where that
think
goes.
if that is true, Stampede, that is a crying shame because Natty outshines Natalia by like billions of lumens.
Absolutely, and like nothing against her at all, but it's just how the world works, right? Natty is closer to the end than she was from the beginning. So I mean, she's gonna probably be wrapping it up soon. Let her be herself. Let her be the character she created just one time on the way out. Let her not worry about because she did an interview with CBB as well, and I got to listen to that on my way to Fayetteville yesterday. And the Natalia character was a character that she did out of the need for her to be liked by management. They want pretty, they want blonde, they want glitter, they want all this stuff. So she did all that for them.
Hmm.
Natty is for her. She's like, that's all I wanted. I want a group of guys to walk me out. I want to be just in a singlet with my name on it. I want to have my mouth guard in, and I just want to tear it apart. That's all I want. That was made for her. So I think they should let her have that.
Yes,
Let her have a run with that character just so she could be herself for once on WWE TV.
right. Yeah, I got to see her at AAA,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm liking it. I'm
Yeah.
liking it. I really want to see her at WWE, you know, on
Clutch.
Raw or
Anytime we
whatever.
can get an entrance theme from Rage Against the Machine, I'm down. Let's do that. Um,
Okay. Um, so next we had an interesting promo, I guess.
yeah.
CM Punk called out Logan Paul, which was no surprise after taking a brass knuckled fist to the face last week. Um, and we all expected Logan to announce his new partnership with the Vision.
Yeah.
Um, but I did not expect it to turn out quite the way that it did.
Yeah. Um, There's that jaded thing again. I thought Jay was going to turn right there.
So did my husband.
Uh,
Because that's the first thing he said. He snuck in. There was no yeet music. He's going to turn heel.
which he may still. We have an opportunity for that here down the line, which we'll talk about that in a second. But um, first of all, just pop of the whole segment. They bring up his wife. He says AJ Lee would leave you guys in a pool of your own blood. But
In
since
piss.
she's not
Don't take
here,
a piss.
that's my job. No, that's a great line. I love it.
Yes, it was awesome.
But yeah, so
Oh,
that
shit.
you know, everybody comes out to jump. Punk, Jay's out there, Cody comes out there. They get a little 3-on-3. This is one of the two things because we'll talk about what happens at the end of the night too. It's what's going on because I mean we're right around the corner from Survivor Series. We're right around the corner from War Games. We got to start building that. You start getting three of your biggest names in a ring together, just weeks away from Survivor Series. We know where that's going.
Right.
It's part of the reason, and it's probably going to be one of the topics that we talk about tomorrow on our show is things that need to kind of be looked at to maybe make wrestling a little bit more exciting again. Having these matches that we know are coming makes it a little predictable for that. So having them come out there, like, it's going to end up being what it ends up happening, which they get in the back and they're like, hey, we got our team, tell them to get their team. Fun little callback for Regal to come in, though. That was really nice for Punk to just go, Regal! Comes out and just, WarGames! A lot of fun for that. But I don't know. I just kind of wish we were doing something different for Survivor Series, just because, like, we know, all right, these three guys are going to face those guys. I'm interested to see who's going to be with them, though, because it's 4-on-4, so who's going to be their fourth man? And same thing on the other side. Who's going to be Division's fourth man?
Oh, are they 4?
It's usually 4-4 or 5-5.
Yeah. Okay. Because that now that makes sense. Because my husband said the same thing. Only it was at the end of the show. He said there's supposed to be 5.
So the
And
5 comes from even before WarGames. So originally it was 5 to survive. It was a Survivor Series elimination match. 5 people against 5 people. If you get pinned, you get walked to the back, and your team is now a man down. And so it goes that way until there's one person survive left from one of the teams.
oh,
I want to say the first WarGames they did was 5-5, and then they've started nipping away with it. Of now it's only 4.
okay. Hmm.
But yeah, so I'd be surprised if we do 3 versus 3. That just seems like way too quick of a WarGames match.
Like William Regal's. Yeah.
It's a fun pop. I'm so glad he's back in WWE, even if it's just for that, just so we can have some fun with it.
The frolic inside the fence.
It's also called the if you paid for these tickets, you won't be able to see this match.
Oh shit.
So one of the pay-per-views me and Tori got to go to way back in the day had a cage match. It was against it was Matt Hardy versus Edge. And I loved the match. I had to watch it on TV the next night because I couldn't see a damn thing going on. Because
Oh, lovely.
you're looking through a fence, trying to see stuff going on. You can't see anything. So
Okay. Well, that's good to know. If I ever get the opportunity to go to a live show.
yeah, don't do a WarGames. WarGames, bad idea. Bad idea.
Anything with a cage match, avoid. So any like thoughts as to who they might get to be their fourth?
I mean, Jimmy's an easy pull, just because it's Jimmy and Jay. Maybe if Sammy is cleared by then, maybe we keep it a secret and Sammy's a surprise fourth person. The fourth person on the other side seems like it'd be pretty obvious. They could bring Brock in, and that's Paul Heyman's pull of like we're pulling in the big guns. I don't like it, but
I don't know. I don't know. That just feels like wrong to me.
mhm.
Because I'm fairly convinced that he will be at WrestleMania, but I think that's his retirement match. So I don't know. I just don't have that feeling like he's going to be making too many appearances or wrestling too much in the meantime, in between time. You know what I mean? Um, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. But I do have thoughts.
Yeah.
That's something that just doesn't kind of sit well for me.
Mhm.
But there again, you have the experience, and I'm a noob. So
Well, it's they don't always do the obvious choice. That's the obvious one. Of you look on the roster of who could slip into that role and it makes sense. That one makes sense. Um, since I Show Speed has always had a thing with Logan Paul, and he's been training to wrestle. They could do that too. I don't know why they would bring an unknown into the situation when you're going against three, world champions, but that would be an option too. It would be a less, obvious one. But
Okay, I just want to address this comment real quick.
mhm.
Um, Stampede, I actually do not watch AEW because I cannot afford their pay-per-views. And I don't have the time. Wednesdays, I have to cram NXT and my other 2 programs or because one is on Wednesday and one is on Tuesday. So I have to watch all of that stuff on Wednesday. And then still, and then I'm with another podcast that I'm in the chat. I'm not on it, supporting my buddy. So, um, time is pressing, so I can only really keep up with one. That's why and WWE has been a staple in this house for my husband for a while, long time.
Yep.
So, um
To see, he brings a point there at the bottom there. Stampede does uh, do watch-alongs in our Discord quite
mhm.
often. Um, just a second. Sorry, little one was going to bed. Um, so as she said, her Wednesdays are already full, but maybe that's something you and me can talk about a good time if you ever want to see some AEW, and we can throw it in there in the day that you have some time.
Find one.
I hear you there.
I'm still trying to find time to finish my book
Yeah. Oh well,
that I've been
fair enough.
working on for over a year, because of brain issues. It's been hit or miss, but,
Yeah.
um
And okay, so no, I can't click on thing. I was going to click on Bobby's thing there. Stampede answered you, but I wanted to be a little more clear on that as well.
okay, here we go.
Kevin is out injury, and there is still question of if he'll ever be able to come back. Um, so
Well, he did release a video of him training,
yeah,
so
hopefully he gets to get back in the ring. And I mean, wrestling has been his life for a long time, and so it'd be sad if he can't do it anymore.
yeah, I think
Um,
that's true of all of them, though. I
yeah,
mean, but yeah,
absolutely.
I hope he comes back. I really enjoyed him. I wasn't quite on board with the whole kind of psycho Kevin thing they had going on,
Mhm.
but um, I like him as a wrestler. He's very good in the ring.
Kevin's always been one of my favorites because I love comic books. It's another little thing about me. Like that's a fandom that I'm in. My favorite villains are villains with a point. Villains that are actually correct in their thought process. They just go too far in how they deal with it.
Right.
Kevin's that type of heel. He'll always go in there and he'll make a perfectly good point of like why he's right. He just goes too far to try to
Yeah.
prove it. But uh, yeah, at one point it's like, well, this guy keeps getting title matches and he hasn't done anything, and I'm over here busting my ass. Well, he's right. He should have a title match. Why doesn't he have one? But
Right.
then he attacks Cody Rhodes. It's like, well, you're right.
We
Stop it though.
yeah, that's kind of a true of most of the heels, I think. They have a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre has a valid point. The New Day had a point or has a point. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I mean, I get that.
I'm
Um,
starting to lose the point of Drew, to be honest. I
oh
need him
yeah.
to win
Well,
something.
it's kind of like the Kevin thing. Kevin had his point. Like I said, I was like, okay, he's upset. He's genuinely angry over this, and then he started drifting towards Psycho, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with this. And that's basically it's cut and paste.
Yeah.
Drew started with a good point, started with a rational argument, and he's drifting towards Psycho. So okay, we got another comment about Kevin here. Kevin Owens started wrestling in 2003.
Mm-hmm. That's
Wow.
crazy.
That is a long career.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, impressive. All right,
Um,
let's keep going.
yeah, we had a great women's world title match.
Yes, it was. And Stephanie needs to stop trying to do the SVP or B, whatever it's called, because on Raquel, because she can't do it. It
As long as she does the devil's kiss every week, I think that's all that matters. So the fans can do their thing and Booker T can go faint somewhere because she's doing it. Um, Shout out to Raquel. She is killing it. Um, I know she's been talking a lot with Kevin Nash, which is one of the greatest big men in the business. And obviously, whatever he is telling her and talking to her about is helping her because she is looking so good in the ring, so powerful. The little things
yeah.
that she does now just looks effortless. Um, like for instance, like we talk about the Devil's Kiss, the first time first time Stephanie tried to put it on her in this match, Raquel just stands up, which is insane. That she just lifts Stephanie up via her shoulders, gets her flat up top, and takes her out. Like it's insane how great that looked.
Yeah, Stephanie, I did notice Stephanie struggled with several of her go-tos.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't even know what it's called, where she, wraps her legs around their neck and flings them. She couldn't quite fling Raquel. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that."
Mhm. Well, and that's how it should be. Like that, and that's I think some big people, big guys, big girls, depending on which one they're in, they get to a point where they're like, I'm gonna try to do everything I can that they want me to do. Sometimes you have to just be bigger. Like I'm too big for this to work on me. Um, like I think about Nia Jax. Nia Jax needs to stop trying to take a hurricanrana from people because it looks bad, first of all. But the other thing is, girl, you're 6 foot some odd, and this like no little bitty Alexa Bliss should not be able to hurricanrana you off your feet. That's that's not like maybe if Raquel found a way to get up there and do it to you, then like she's big enough and powerful enough to get you over. But that little girl should not be able to do that to you. You should be able to grab her and throw her into the turnbuckle from that.
Yeah, I think Alexa's the same height I am, so,
She's
uh,
tiny.
they're close, yeah. Her and Roxanne both, I think, are the same height as me, so I feel it. Um, I know that for a fact that there's no way in hell I could do anything to that woman. That woman is like, Raquel, I mean. She's
Mm.
like a freaking brick wall.
Yeah.
She is looking a lot better. I do remember some of her earlier matches, when I first started, and she was kind of boring to watch. She's definitely better now. Definitely
Yeah.
better now. I enjoyed this match a great deal. Um, and I'm sorry. I did giggle when Stephanie struggled with those moves on her because I'm like, that would be like me trying to wrestle a bull.
Well, it's the oldest story in the book. It's David Goliath. And why we don't use that story more often in the ring. I mean, obviously I don't need a whole bunch of stories of little person versus big person. I don't need a lot of those stories, but if they're in the ring together, that should be the story. How is this little person going to get that big person off their feet?
Right,
It shouldn't be easy. But
right. Well, we got to take it into consideration. We do have the micro wrestlers. Um,
that your
that
partner
do.
loves.
Yes. Well, we both do. Microman is phenomenal. I watched this man whip himself around the body of a very tall man
Hmm.
and and then fling him across the ring. he shouldn't be able to do that, but he did it pretty handily. And
Well, and I think once you start going into like I'm going to use the old term, and I'm sorry, it's ingrained in me, midget wrestling. When you get into that, you start getting into the fantastical, and so then it's different to me.
mhm.
Than Stephanie versus Raquel. That's a real fight. When you get someone who's 3'2" fighting a 7-foot monster, now we're
Almost.
getting into fantastical. Okay, it's fun now. It's okay. You can have a little fun with that.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
I'm gonna catch up on some comments here, so we're not
yeah.
too far behind. I think Nia Jax would be much better if she stopped getting in the ring to wrestle.
A lot of people agree with you. I'm actually going to say I'm not one of them. I, I think of Nia Jackson. I think of Mark Henry back when he kind of started, because he started and he was hurting people and he was awkward,
Mhm.
and just one day it finally had to click, and then it clicked, and then he was the safest person in the ring because he realized that he could hold you through everything. It got to a point where he, like, his world's strongest slam, where basically is he just picks you up and just drops on top of you. Um, People said that they couldn't even feel it anymore because he was so good at doing it now.
Right.
I just don't think it's clicked for her. She needs to go back and do some training. She needs to go back and be in NXT for a little while. And they started to do it for a minute, and she got a little better, and then they just shoved her right back to the main event.
Right.
Have her go down like she's with Lash now. After we do this whole thing with them and Alexa and Charlotte, have that tag team go down to NXT, work and do that, because I like the tag team. I like two big tall girls. Love it. And Lash is one of my favorites. I love what she's doing. Um, I don't disagree, Stampede. We are getting a little long in the tooth um, for Nia, so it may be too late at this point, but I do have still some hope for her that maybe the last couple of years of her career we could get a little bit of clickage of her getting better. Um, this match though, it gave us the second big surprise for the night. At least to us, not to CJ. CJ called it, but but
Yes.
I didn't call it because I thought we were going to play out this whole like Bella return thing. But Bella helped her get everybody out of the ring and stop, trying to attack her, and then turned around and attacked her, turned heel on Stephanie Vaquer. So I guess now we're heading towards Nikki and Stephanie for the title.
I was not at all surprised, which is weird since I did not have any real experience with Nikki Bella.
Mhm.
I'd heard some things from you guys. I've heard from my husband about her because again, he's a big wrestling fan. He's been a wrestling fan his whole life, just about. Um, and he's like, "Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I was just waiting for it to happen because she's done this to even with to her own sister." And like,
She did worse to her sister. She told her sister, "I wish you would have died in the womb." People
oh,
make fun of that line all the time, but I'm just like, damn, that's a line though.
that's vicious. Yeah, just a little bit. Let's see. Nikki Bella riding that 3-match losing streak to a women's world title shot.
That that's the only thing that bugs me about it. You have a Hall of Famer coming back. She's lost 3 matches in a row, and now we're giving her a title shot. I don't like that, but that's why. Like I did figure this would eventually happen,
Mhm.
but I was hoping she would get her mojo back first and start dominating a little bit as good person Nikki, as face Nikki,
Mhm.
and then turn. But turning after you lost 3 matches, that's weird.
Actually, to me that seems like it would fit. But why would she turn on Stephanie though? That's
Mhm.
the thing. I mean, getting getting pissed off because you keep losing and then deciding to be like, okay, okay. So I tried to be the nice one, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, the logic is sound. It's just, to me, it's the giving her a world title match after losing the first only 3 matches that she's had back.
Yeah.
She's lost all of them. That seems a little weird to give her the title match then,
Well,
which
they
we
had
know
technically haven't given it
they
to her.
haven't, but that's where we're going. We're gonna give
Kinda.
her that match. Um, but I don't know. She looked good in her black gear. I guess that was her villain attire for the night.
Yeah, why do the villains always gotta wear black? Well, no, they didn't. Because Charlotte wore black and she's not a villain. So
No, that robe was beautiful.
it was. I
Um,
saw that. I'm like, I want that.
and I'm gonna guess she was probably double taped down tonight because of her little incident from Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Um,
I just want to say this as a male wrestling fan, the people posting that picture on social media, y'all are assholes.
yes.
Don't do that. It was a slip. It happened. We don't need to show her naked boobs all over the internet. Stop that. That's gross behavior.
Yes, it is. It is very gross and creepy.
Hmm.
Every person that shares that picture is a creepy fuck. That's
Yes,
my
Bobby.
opinion.
People are weird.
People are weird, yes. Okay, so hang on. We got Stampede. I didn't see that one until just now. If you're going to set someone up for a title program, set them up with some wins to show the momentum that got them there. Agreed.
Mhm.
Absolutely agreed. Okay. Yeah, and I actually wrote that down on my thing. Nikki Bella turns heel! Exclamation point.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
and I will say, so storyline purpose, it can make sense if she says the only reason I'm losing is because I've been worried about helping you. Now I'm going to help myself. But that means that this next match, whatever next match she has, she better dominate that match.
right. But she has been struggling with her in-ring performance.
Hmm.
So, yeah, she's going to have to knock that ring rust off.
Yeah.
It's even obvious to me, and I don't even look for that stuff, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It has to be obvious for me to know. Um,
For sure.
so she's definitely gonna have to do some work before she can dominate anything, unless they're gonna, I don't know, force it through.
Hmm.
I don't know. Do we know how long of a contract she signed?
I mean, she's in a Legends contract, I believe, and so that's, I don't know, that's less said. Stampede, help me out if I'm wrong. Um,
Yeah,
but
well,
I
I
don't.
remember I remember AJ Styles signed a 1-year
Yeah,
contract. Because he wanted to finish. Doesn't want to be wrestling at 50. That's
yeah.
why I asked, because she is a legend. She's a Hall of Famer, and she came back. Did she come back just for the year, or she come back for until she can't do it no more? What
I
that's
I think it's another run. She hasn't said any of that publicly, but I don't look at Nikki and say she's an all timer. She's not one of those that's like she's going to be wrestling until she can't wrestle anymore. I think
right.
she wants to come in, do one more good run, maybe get the actual women's world title again.
And how many times has she won the title?
It's a good question.
I'm assuming she has.
Yeah, well, I mean, she has and she hasn't. When she won it, I believe she was the transition between when it was the Divas title and then it became the women's title.
Hmm.
I'll look that up here real quick. Ooh. She was she was the Divas champion for 2 times. She was not the that's right. She lost it to Charlotte, which was the first women's world champion.
Okay.
So no, she's never had the actual women's world championship. So maybe that's the goal.
Yeah.
Get her that and then move on.
And we already talked about the Punk Rhodes Uso versus the Vision match for WarGames. So we'll move on past that.
At this point, it's not the vision; it's the astigmatism. I can't take credit for that. Mommy on Twitter did that. I laughed my ass off. It was great.
Awesome. Okay, so we're moving on to the next tournament match, which was Shinsuke Nakamura and Sheamus.
I wanted Shinsuke to win this so bad.
So did I.
My reason's only because I don't want to see Sheamus and Rusev again. We already had like their 20 and a half matches. I don't want to see them in the ring again.
Right. It's ridiculous. They've got to let this go. Yeah, I don't want to see that either. Well, that's not why I wanted Shinsuke to win. I just because he just did his face turn. And I'm not as familiar with his work because he came back from injury, I guess, for a short time after I started watching, and then he disappeared again and went to Japan for whatever they were doing, and now he's back and he's turned face, and I'm like, I don't even really have the opportunity to see him much in ring, as a face, and I want to. So what better way than for him to go as far as possible in the tournament? Do I think he should win? No.
Well, and the other reason I think to have him win that though is the first 2 people that get into this match or go on in the tournament to possibly get a match with John Cena are 2 people that already had big rivalries with John Cena. I would have liked Shinsuke to have been in there just because we haven't had really a Shinsuke versus John Cena thing.
Right.
So at least that would have been a little bit of fresh blood of like, oh, we could get a great match between those 2. And that could be the way he goes out.
Yeah.
But so far we have people it's just rinse and repeat what we've done before.
Right. More of the same, which is boring. I honestly thought there should be I definitely think that the person that retires John Cena should be a newbie.
No.
I don't think it should be someone he's had a history with. I think it should be a new person. It should be a passing of the torch, and I will continue to say it until the match happens, but I really think it should be Oba. Really do.
Well, speaking of new blood, though, so after that match was done, we drew the next 4 names.
Yes.
And we got Javon Evans was the first poll, which I was excited when I heard it. I was sad when I heard who he's facing.
Yeah.
It's going to be him versus Gunther. That boy's going to get his ass whooped. He's going to chop the hell out of that kid, and I'm so sorry for him. But Javon will do good though. Like it won't be a squash, I don't think. But like they're gonna have that spot of like Javon's gonna jump off the ropes and gonna land into a chop, and his chest is gonna cave in because those hands are massive and lethal. So that'll be good. But then we also drew Solo Sikoa, which again we're talking rinse and repeat. We had a thing with Solo already.
Right.
We never got to finish it. Maybe that's what we're doing here. Because Solo did the spike to John Cena like 13 times or something like that and took him out. But then that's going to be versus a mystery man, someone we don't know who it's going to be. So be interested to see next week who that's going to be. There was no hints that I saw in the way he said that, like I saw with Nick. So this may just be a surprise person.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's like an NXT person or TNA person. I'm hoping we're not just doing another return. I'm sure internet's going to blow up thinking it's Edge because that's everybody wants Edge to do it. Edge is in contract, guys. It's not going to happen unless they get along. And Triple H, Nick Khan, and Tony are not going to get to the table for this. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. I see somebody, I don't remember who it was, said that these unknowns are more than likely going to be people who don't work for WWE.
Yeah,
Um
we'll get TNA
so
people, or we'll get AAA people, or
well,
like
and like you said the first match or the first unknown you think is Joe Hendry, and
yeah.
it makes sense because of the way he said it. Um I don't know. I don't know about who he has history with. That's the
Mhm.
thing. So I can't really venture a guess. I could follow with everyone else and say, okay, maybe that one
Yeah.
is Matt Cardona, or maybe that one is well, I know it's I know it probably won't be, but I'm like Chris Jericho, that kind of thing, because he's still in contract till December. But um,
Well, and he
it
just
there's
posted a picture of him. He's slimmed back down, so he's in the gym working.
yeah. Well, so like I said, that was just an example
Yeah,
because I know that's not possible because he's still with AEW right now, but his contract is up in December. So the speculation that he may be coming back to WWE for one final run is plausible.
yeah.
Um, but it's not plausible for a John Cena match.
I will go and say I've been pushing Cardona. Cardona's a great pick for a surprise person to be in it. With what I posted in the group chat today, I don't think it's going to be Cardona now. I don't think he's going to touch this tournament because Joe Hendry is calling out his name during this whole him and Thea going against Chelsea and Ethan Page, and so that would make sense for him to show up for that. And I don't see him doing that and then turning around and doing a John Cena tournament.
Right.
Um, so that makes me sad though because I'd love to see Cardona be part of that.
I have no opinion. I only know him as Chelsea's husband and from reels that they post on Instagram. I have not seen any of his in-ring stuff at all.
Yeah,
Character stuff. Just and oh yeah, I got to watch him and Shotzi battle back and forth on Instagram too, so that was fun. Um, but yeah, I don't really have any guesses other than what other people have said because I
yeah,
have no clue. I am completely blind here. So that's why I'm so excited to see because
yeah,
I can't guess. It's something that I can't guess. And Stampede says it's at the end of December. Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense. What else we got? They're gonna finally call Ethan to SmackDown and make him a comedy character, aren't they?
Possibly. I see Ethan Page when he gets called up, and again, it's because like the way things change, they always stay the same. The Miz is close to being done. I think Ethan will be the new Miz. He'll be that guy who will mostly be a comedy character, but he'll be like the gateway for people to come in. And if you need him to be serious, he can flip that switch. He'll go back to comedy, but if he
That
needs to
fits.
get serious, he can turn it on and go.
That fits. Um, I was discussing it, I think, briefly with from what I can remember, I believe I was discussing it with Big Mike. Who knows? Um, I know there's
There's like
something.
30 mics, so it's one of us probably.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Friday, but I have memory issues from all of that, and it's probably trauma blocking. because I did not react well to that episode. Anyway, um, when I watched NXT last week, they had given interview. They were giving it interview, promo, whatever you want to call it, backstage. Trick and Ricky,
Mhm.
and uh, Trick was sitting in front of a red curtain, and Ricky was sitting in front of a blue. So I'm thinking, ooh, foreshadow, foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Uh, so maybe one of those two is
maybe.
coming up for this tournament. Um, honestly, I'm like, I like Trick and I like Ricky, but yeah, I'm on the Ova train. I'm not getting off. Sorry, not
That's
until
fine. You
not
you
until
can have
he's
your favorites.
yeah he's oh goodness, here we go. I will be okay with him coming up when I see Oba come up and do his thing. That's it. I don't care who comes up, but as long as Oba is one of them.
Mhm.
And
I'm sure he will be soon. I think the problem NXT has right now is they've got three. I'm going to say three and a half guys that are the major part of their show that are ready to come up already. And if they move them, they don't have a men's division. Because Ricky was already ready, but they've changed the dynamic of everybody has to go through NXT. So Ricky had to go through NXT.
mhm.
Oba's ready to come up. Trick's ready to come up. Javon is young, and that's the only thing holding him back. That's why I say three and a half. I think Javon, with a couple more years under his belt, is going to be more suited for the main roster. But his talent alone right now, he could show up on the main roster next week and be great.
What
He's
who?
just a little young.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So who are you thinking, Stampede? With the Trick, to who would elevate him in your opinion? Oh, and that is a
That is
very
a
good
great
question.
question.
We have no idea. Nobody, as far
I'm
as I
starting to
know.
wonder if he's sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, stop it!
Just saying.
That's
That
crazy.
could be a surprise though, because like that's the thing with this. Like the mindset of a wrestling fan, if you have someone off TV long enough, we forget about them. And so Tony D showing up would be a massive surprise of, oh shit,
Oh
we haven't
yeah,
seen him forever. I didn't even expect his name in that list.
that would be, and I think it was Big Mike who said that he thought Tony was ready to come up too.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that, and if I am Big Mike, I'm sorry. Um,
No, he said it too. And before Stampede, before you say it, I do agree he's mid card best, but it would be a good surprise pop for him to come in for this. He ain't winning it, but
I agree. I have been saying that forever. Javon needs some more muscle.
he does. Javon needs to do the Rey Mysterio treatment. When Rey first came in, he was very thin,
Hmm.
and then he thickened up so he could kind of match better with everybody. And so he needs to get that little bit of buffness on him.
He can be the Dom of the main roster. Nice. Uh-huh. Anyway, I didn't even think about Tony.
Yeah.
See, I'm again when I started watching NXT only a few months ago, like in the late spring, um, because we figured out. Well, to be fair, I didn't start at the same time because I was watching my other shows. I'm like, oh, I don't want to cram anymore into Wednesdays because then Tuesday nights was, Herman Rogers' podcast, and
Hmm.
then it was your podcast, and I have a book stream on Tuesdays also. So my Tuesday nights were packed, and I had to watch everything on Wednesday, which filled up my Wednesdays. Well, now Herman Rogers now on Wednesday at 8, 9 Central.
Hmm.
Or 9, wait, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Say it right. Tuesdays is still jam packed. I'm still watching stuff on Wednesdays, but I'm not babysitting now, so I have more time to
Yeah.
watch NXT. And so I only saw a little bit with Tony before he disappeared.
Yeah. He was good in the ring. The problem with Tony D to me is the character. NXT is a very small family. And so some gimmicks work there that will not work on the main roster. Um, I think Tony D's is one of those. Like the whole mafia gimmick is fun, and for that audience in NXT, great for them. You can't have him come up with that same gimmick
Oh, you're
buried beneath a baseball field somewhere.
Oh, and
Um,
he answered my question. So for Trick, it would have to be someone that could eat the loss, but is better than Trick in the ring, where he would get elevated and look good. JD McDonough.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, I immediately thought Tori hates me for this because she believes that these two should stay away from each other. To me, if it was a surprise person that's going to face Mello, and the surprise is his Trick
Oh,
because of their
that
history and everything.
that's spicy, isn't it?
That could be fun. They're both great. They both have amazing chemistry together. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Mello could eat the pin. It's fine.
Hmm. Well, I guess we will just have to wait and see.
We will. Um,
Uh, so
Last match of the night.
yes, this one pissed me off.
Well, okay.
It it did. I'm sorry. I love Charlotte and Alexa, and I understand they can't hold on to the belts forever, but the Kabuki Warriors, I want somebody to just whoop the shit out of both of them because they deserve it, you know. And well, they had help with Nia Jackson Lash Legend, which
Mhm.
like why? What is
It
their deal?
it also upset me, but it upset me because I'm a big make it make sense. If I am Nia Jackson Lash Legend and I'm trying to start this rivalry with the women's world tag champions, why am I going to help them lose that belt? I want the belts. I can't get the belts from you if you lose the belts.
Right.
So
Could be
that to
they
me doesn't make any sense.
Well, it could be hang on a second, because Stampede had an additional
Yeah,
comment about Carmelo. That would
I
only
agree.
be yeah. Um, okay. So, um, what if they did that because they view the Kabuki Warriors as less of a threat because what they are smaller?
And that could be. That very well could be. I am worried that that's not going to get explained. So I think that's a great idea. I think that's a give you the pencil, let you write that. That makes sense. They're not going to explain that though. They're just going to
Awesome.
move on and be tag team, be a team with them.
Okay, I'm drawing 'em, I'm apparently not processing this comment, so
So Charlotte on Friday, when Jade left the ring after she did the like I am that bitch and walk away,
uh-huh.
her and Charlotte had just a small little like eye to eye. And so what he's saying is that they lost that title so that way now Charlotte can go off and do the thing with Jade and go
Oh,
after that.
okay.
Which I'm down for that. Jade is still unfortunately green in the ring. Her being there with Charlotte will make her look like $1,000,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
like it or not, Charlotte is the best of the four horsewomen.
Yeah. See, I voted. Someone that had a poll. I don't even
Hmm.
know who it was. They had a poll asking that question, and I was rather perturbed that Charlotte didn't get more votes.
Yeah, and it's people hold the nepotism against her. They hold the like she's Charlotte Flair. She's Ric Flair's daughter. She had got shoved down her throats a lot, so she got the Roman treatment,
Yeah.
and people were upset about that. But unfortunately, I mean, she's great. There's a reason she's getting put in that spot, and that's because she delivers every damn time.
Yes, I agree. She's on it like blue bonnet.
Hmm.
Just
I like that.
she's that woman is awesome. She is absolutely awesome. I'm a huge fan now. Especially well, I wasn't a fan of the character. Her in-ring work to me is impeccable.
Yeah,
And but the character in the beginning was kind of I'm not real sure about this one. you know. I
and
didn't
she's had some falters when it comes to her character.
yeah. She I that was the first thing I asked everybody when she first came back, "Why are people booing her?" I thought she was this great person, or whatever, this legend.
Hmm.
Everybody's supposed to be excited. Why are they booing her? And then the whole thing with Alexa and her entire demeanor character changed, and I
Yeah.
love it. I love the change. She's having fun. She looks
Hmm.
happy. Um, and wrestling is a lot less like a chore
Yeah.
because that's the way I viewed it when she come out to the ring, like kind of like us, me when I was working, we drag ourselves out the door like, oh god, another day,
Hmm.
and that's the way I felt she was coming down to the ring initially until she teamed up with Alexa,
Hmm.
and it was a complete turnaround, and I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
It looks like she's having a blast now.
Oh, yeah. And, so I am a huge Charlotte Flair fan. I don't give a damn who her dad is. I really don't. I
Yep.
know who he is. I mean, I'm familiar with Ric
He's
Flair.
an asshole. That's who he is. Uh,
Oh, I struggle honestly, I struggled to find a single wrestler from that era that wasn't in some way.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan
I don't know who that is.
and Hillbilly Jim. Those
I don't
two.
I don't know who either one of those is.
Um, well, I mean, and Dusty. Like I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about Dusty Rhodes or Dusty Rhodes, if you will.
Wait, Stampede said Tiffany being in the ring did, in fact, not make her look like $1,000,000.
No. Well, and
That was
here
a bad match. Come on.
I forget who it was. Tiffany had another match with someone who was very green, and like it didn't make any sense to me because like if you have a green champion already, you don't put her in there with another green challenger because it's not going to look good.
Right,
You're gonna have like the lightning strike of all lightning strikes to make that look good.
right.
You put them in there with someone who can carry them through that match. And right now, I think that's fair. Mercedes is having the run of her life right now. And so I do see where that's coming from. I still think with presence and in-ring talent, I still think Flair takes it. But that's 1A, 1B, like in my opinion. I see where you're coming from.
Good night, Bobby.
Night, Bobby.
Sleep well. See, I don't know who Mercedes is. Well,
Sasha
I
Banks.
do I do know whatever.
Yeah.
I
Well, no,
do know
Mercedes who she is now. Sasha Banks is who she was in WWE.
I do know who she was, whatever.
Hmm.
But I'm not familiar with her talent. I've never
Yeah.
seen her wrestle. So I do know that she has a lot of belts.
She has a lot of belts. She needs a new finisher. Her finisher is convoluted. um, she's very talented though. Like she is a star. Um, I just to me the talent itself, I think Flair does beat her out of it. And Flair also to me is another one of those, like, she's the wow factor. She's the airport factor. Um, Vince used to say a lot of, like, his idea of a superstar was someone that you see in the airport and you immediately go, who the hell is that guy? And to me, Charlotte's one, like, you see Charlotte and you're like, oh shit, who's that?
Right. Yeah, I
But
I can only judge on the ones that I'm familiar with, and that's
yeah,
Bailey, Becky, and Charlotte. As
I
I
will say, it's controversial that I say this. I do think Bailey's above Becky. That's my personal opinion.
so
I
does
just
Stamp.
don't. I
Oh,
just don't.
yeah, Stampede did too.
Yeah. Um, a lot of people would say that Becky's ahead of Bailey, but Bailey just hasn't had the opportunities. Bailey was always the redheaded stepchild out of the four of them, and so she always kind of got shoved to the side.
I don't
Um,
particularly care for Becky in the ring. Um, I do like Bailey,
mhm.
so I'm going to agree with you on that. Based on their performances now, I did not see them together or as the four horsewomen or whatever. I've only seen them in this within the past year separately,
Yeah.
and I love Bailey. Her characters are fantastic. I love this new angle they're doing with her. Really can't wait to see where they go with it. She is powerful,
Hmm.
but she doesn't look powerful. That's the thing. Um, she's got some strength, that woman,
She does.
and and I really enjoy watching her in the ring. Um, I I just don't enjoy Becky at all. And
Yeah.
I mean, and her character has gone stale. I swear to God, if I hear her say, "Well, I'm not the only one saying it," Sports Illustrated says, one more time, I'm going to slap her. Okay, I'm going to go wherever she is and say, "You know what? It's all quit it."
And you're not just saying that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not just saying that. Everybody in the IWC is saying it. Knock it off. It's over. Um,
um, but yeah, so yeah, Lash Legend and Nia come in and try to take her out. Um, Unfortunately, to some people, because I know some people are not looking forward to this at all, Io Sky shows up to make the save. So she's obviously going to be part of this. I was hoping, though, that to round this out was going to be Bailey and Lyra, but then Rhea's music hits. I'm not against it because it's Rhea Ripley. Everybody loves Rhea Ripley.
oh yeah.
But, um, she comes out, she calls for a mic, and she does her best William Regal impression. WarGames. So apparently that's where we're going with this one too. Is we have these four women. These four women. Let's do WarGames. I am excited to see what Charlotte can do in a WarGames because she hasn't had a lot of those like hardcore style things. So this could be a fun experiment for her.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be fun. And I think, to be honest, of the matches that we already know that are taking place, I'm pretty sure this is one I'm gonna look forward to the most because
I
it's
think
got
I think
all
it'll
of
be
my
fun.
favorites.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. We're gonna get the EO Sky trash can spot because that's become like a staple now in women's war games. If she's in it, she's gonna put herself in a trash can and fly off the top of the cage. Just be interested to see how she's gonna do it different this time. Maybe she'll put the trash can on the bottom half this time. I don't know, but she's constantly trying to do something
Maybe
different.
she'll surprise us and she won't do it, but we'll see.
But it'll be fun.
Oh
It'll
yeah,
be a fun match. Um, I'm interested also to see kind of what Lash will do in there because Lash, like, I love her work. She's an amazing talent, but again, she hasn't had that type of opportunity. So be interested to see what she's going to do in a War Games match with all these experienced women. See how she's going to do in that.
yeah. It is gonna be an interesting match. And Lash is the only real new one. Everyone else is
Yeah, everyone else is pretty like I don't think Charlotte's been in one, I don't think, but I mean the experience factor itself of just she's been in the business for so long now, she'll fit right in there. So Lash is either going to sink or swim, I think, in this match. I don't
yeah,
think there's one way or the other on it.
yeah. And I think it's going to be an exciting match. I think it's going to be even better than the men's. So, so, but
It
that's
has
just
been the last
me.
few the last few years has been that way, so I would not be surprised at all.
Yeah. Well, they've been saying that a lot about the women's division trumping the men's division
Yeah.
for a while. So, and I agree. There's just more. I don't know the word. I can't think of the right word. It's it's just they're more entertaining matches or and more hard hitting. There's a more variety in moves versus the men who
Yeah.
typically stick with a set playlist and
The variety for me, like that's the word that I was thinking was variety. Not necessarily for the moves, but just for the people. Like
yeah,
if you look at that men's war games, it's the same people we've been talking about for months. There's
right.
no change in who's at the top of that card. Um, the women, however, we've rotated in and out so much, and we even have someone like fresh out of NXT in it. So there's a variety of things going on. Um, so I do think that has the opportunity for it to be more fun.
Yes, and there's definitely different styles. We got 3 from Japan who will obviously incorporate, their little, um there I go again, without the word. They incorporate their style they
Hmm.
brought with them into this match. Um, Whereas you got Charlotte Flair, who has got all this experience, um, and of course, her dad. So she's drawing from, you know, things that her dad did, and stuff like that. And then you got the young ones. Well, Alexa's bringing the freak factor. That's why I love her. She's bringing the freak factor.
Hmm.
Um, with
Stampede,
her.
thank you for putting that in there. I appreciate that. I did forget she was in one in 2023. Charlotte was. So
Oh, okay, okay. So, yeah, not new. That's cool. But I am very much looking forward to this. And
mhm.
let's see, we got a couple more comments here. I was kind of hoping you lost. Oh, really?
Stampede's one of those that is not looking forward to her being in a War Games match.
Oh, okay. Well, you can. I'm
Mhm.
excited. I'll be excited for both. How's
Yeah, and
that?
and and you make a good point with that. Like Charlotte is a WWE homer, and so like she's just been there. I would love to let her have that opportunity, even under the WWE umbrella. Let her go do some matches in Japan to get her that experience because that's the unfortunate thing of the conglomerate that WWE has become over the years is if you end up there and never leave, you never get that opportunity that you used to get on the indies or going to Mexico or going to Japan. You never get that anymore. So it'd be nice to see her pop over there and maybe have a couple of fun matches.
Well, yeah. I would There's nothing better than more experience. But
Hmm.
she's a little older, though. Isn't
She
it a
is.
little late for that?
Oh, I don't think just to have some fun. Like I'm not saying go over there to learn a new style or anything, but just have her have some matches with some legends over there in New Japan, or have her go to AAA and do some Mexican matches. She was learning, like when she was dating Andrade, she was learning lucha style. There's a lot of videos of her and him working together of trying to incorporate some of that into her style. Have her go to there and show some of that off. Be kind of fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, sir. Well, it looks like we are at an hour and a half.
Hmm.
And we're finished. So, final
Yeah,
thoughts on the show.
I think it was good. I'd say probably a good solid B show, I think. And we got Cena winning gold, which is going to be something we're going to be able to talk about for years. That he finally got the Grand Slam. We got Nikki Bella's turn. We'll see where that goes. We got both WarGames matches solidified, so we know where those are going to go. And the vision grew. We unofficially, Logan Paul's part of that group now. So see where that goes from there.
Nice. Stampede added one more comment here. Charlotte is 39, and I don't know who Miko Santomura in her retirement run this year at 45.
Miko, absolute legend in the game. She was one of the few people in today's wrestling that wrestled in WCW before they finished, wrestled in NXT, and wrestled in New Japan. And I think she even did some matches on WWE main card too.
Nice.
I could be wrong about that, but I mean, she's had a stellar career. And yeah, she just finished up at 45, and she's one of those, like, she could probably still kill it for another 5 years if she really wanted to, because she's just that good. But
yeah,
good to step back and stay healthy.
All I'm gonna say about this show is it was one of the better Raws I've seen. I've been kind of losing interest with the repetition, the stale promos, and all of that stuff. But this was an exciting show for me. I will agree with your B grade. I don't generally give letter grades. I give anxiety ratings, and I really didn't have a lot of anxiety watching this. It was more excitement than anxiety. But if I have to give it an anxiety rating, I would say I'd give it a 4 on the whole. So that being said, please let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me at Horror Wrestling. I have to be very careful with that. That's why I went ahead and printed it underneath my name there on Twitter. As far as the show, you can find me and Tori at Kicking Out at 2 on YouTube and on Twitch. Our YouTube show is tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So catch us there. We usually do a 30 minutes before on TikTok too, just to kind of prelim and get everything set up and have some fun. But the numbers haven't been great on that. So I'm thinking we might stop doing that because it's just more time of me trying to figure shit out. So, yeah, catch us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's been scrolling above my head here this entire time. And then, of course, catch me every Monday right here with this lovely lady recapping Raw.
Awesome. And you can find me on X. It's really the only thing I'm active on at Lady Alpha KK. I am here Monday nights with the handsome and brainy Michael Llewellyn. Tuesday nights.
You're talking about me. I was looking for Joe Hendry or something.
Oh, no. Joe Hendry is so not my type. Sorry, had to throw that out there. I like him. He makes me laugh, but he's not my type. On Tuesday nights, you can find me at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard with my girl Autumn on the Wrestling Divas podcast. And on Friday nights, the Aftermath SmackDown with Big Mike. Thank you all for joining us, for chatting with us, and we'll see you next week. Mwah.